Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. Bold and the Beautiful brings Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes together again to grovel for Ridge Forrester's attention, as the CBS soap amps up the friction between the dressmaker's two ladies. It looked like Brooke was going after Taylor for her two hearts beating as one yoga exercise. But there's something else on this Logan sister's mind. So she chokes on the jabs her nemesis aims at her. Even when the world-renowned doctor goes overboard, describing her loving gratitude toward Ridge for helping her, Brooke says little in retaliation. Bold and the Beautiful has Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, step right up and state her case. She wants to know if Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, is after Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K. again. Taylor seems to play with Brooke's concerns, starting with a smile. But the doc's happy face looks a tad devious to Bold and the Beautiful fans. The powder keg isn't even half full yet. Taylor continues to pour more into the barrel. But it seems Brooke wants it that way as she holds the fuse. This week on Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor seems to enjoy baiting Brooke Logan to get a rise out of her. But the Logan matriarch opened the door when she asked her rival if her broken heart syndrome was on the mend. Taylor Hayes can't just give her rival a run-of-the-mill answer. No, instead of offering something describing that she's doing much better and leaving it at that, she goes sappy. She digs at her rival with details of how Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., extended his heart to her. So she seems to bait Brooke with her loving words towards Ridge. His care put her on the road to mending her broken heart. But Brooke isn't sitting there idly. Taylor's not the only one throwing out bait. It looks like this Logan sister will swallow her rival's taunting for something more important to her. So, Bold and the Beautiful had Brooke Logan taking a lot of jabs from Taylor Hayes without much of a rebuttal. Brooke gets Taylor to discuss her yoga session. This includes the details of wrapping her legs around Ridge while she sits in his lap. Taylor gushes about her time with the dressmaker, but then says she understands how Brooke must have felt after seeing her and Ridge in such an intimate pose. The doctor said she could see why her rival first misunderstood what was going on. Taylor Hayes also added a few professional tips to ponder about her daughter, Hope Logan, Annika Noel. But Brooke Logan's response was not what you would expect. Instead of blowing up, she slowly and methodically nodded her head. So, it appeared as if she were taking it all in during that scene on Bold and the Beautiful. The world-renowned psychiatrist then made the point that Hope is a disturbed woman for going after another woman's husband. So it looks like the Logan matriarch is about to pick up the mirror and make Taylor Hayes take a good look. It's the perfect scenario for Brooke to push Taylor into eating her own condemning words. This week on Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan sat there and took her rival's taunting. But at the same time, she strategically baited Taylor Hayes. The woman with the broken heart might have thought she was sharing wisdom about Hope Logan. Instead, likely in Brooke's eyes, the doc describes herself. As Taylor taunted her rival, the accusations she made about Hope Logan mirrored her own behavior in the past. So when Taylor was caught being too close for comfort with someone else's man, she expected Brooke to understand. Yet she and her daughter, Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, can't do the same for Hope. They wouldn't even give her a chance to explain before banishing her on Bold and Beautiful. So, Brooke is likely about to make the point that Taylor can't see the possibility that Steffi might have also seen something that looked incriminating but wasn't. As far as Hope once fixated on a married man, Brooke Logan could remind her rival that despite sitting there acting above it all today, the doctor is also guilty of that deed. So Taylor Hayes may get a jealous rise out of Brooke Logan, but who really baits who on the CBS soap this week? The drama in the Bold and the Beautiful never ceases to amaze. And as the power struggle between Brooke Logan and Taylor Hayes reaches new heights, fans are left gasping at the latest turn of events. In a game of wits, deception, and emotional warfare, the question looms: who is truly in control? And more importantly, is one of them setting a deadly trap for the other? For years, Brooke and Taylor have been caught in an endless cycle of rivalry, love triangles, and bitter betrayals. Their feud, centered primarily around Ridge Forrester, has defined much of the show's history. However, this time, their battle is not just about Ridge, it's about control, dominance, and proving once and for all who is the reigning queen of Los Angeles' most elite social circle. The latest twist in their saga takes a dark turn when Brooke Logan is seen gasping for air at an exclusive Forrester gathering. Champagne glass in hand, she begins to choke, her face contorting in horror as guests rush to her aid. But what, or who, caused her sudden distress? Enter Taylor Hayes, the ever-composed and calculating psychologist, standing just feet away with a knowing look in her eyes. Is this merely a coincidence, or could there be something far more sinister at play? Was Brooke's reaction a simple accident, or was Taylor behind the incident in a way that no one could ever prove? Taylor has always been the more measured and strategic of the two, whereas Brooke often acts on impulse and emotion. This makes Taylor a master manipulator when she chooses to be. Could she have laced Brooke's drink with something undetectable, something that would leave no trace yet send a clear message? On the other hand, Brooke has a knack for self-sabotage, often becoming her own worst enemy. Perhaps she let her paranoia consume her, convincing herself that Taylor was out to get her. But what if that's exactly what Taylor wanted? Could it be that Brooke is being played, not poisoned? It's no secret that these two women have danced this dance before, setting traps, exposing secrets, and watching the other fall. But this time, there's something different. This time, the stakes are higher, and the scars run deeper. Brooke, having lost Ridge yet again, is desperate to regain control of her life. Taylor, fresh from her latest heartbreak, has no interest in making amends. In fact, some suspect she is harboring a deeper vendetta, one that has been carefully curated over decades of pain and deception. Could Taylor be feeding Brooke's paranoia, pushing her into a self-destructive spiral that will leave her vulnerable? Is she planting seeds of doubt, forcing Brooke to crumble under the weight of her own fears? Or is Brooke, in a last-ditch effort to reclaim her power, crafting a dramatic spectacle to make Taylor appear more dangerous than she really is? As tensions escalate, the lines between truth and deception blur. Brooke is growing increasingly erratic, her accusations against Taylor becoming more frantic. Meanwhile, Taylor remains composed, watching and waiting as if she has already won. The real question remains: who is truly pulling the strings? Is Taylor playing the long game, biding her time as Brooke unravels? Or has Brooke finally outsmarted her greatest rival by planting her own elaborate scheme? One thing is certain: in the bold and the beautiful, nothing is ever as it seems. And as this battle between two of the show's most iconic characters reaches its boiling point, fans can only hold their breath and wait for the next explosive revelation.